Yeah, so you got to turn it up all the way.
What, the headset?
Yeah.
No, I was turning it down.
No, you need to turn it up all the way.
Why?
Unless you're a wimp.
Oh, I thought there was a technical reason for it.
There
You're
is.
just challenging my manhood.
There is a technical reason. It's because
It's because
your manhood is small and insignificant.
Oh yeah, everybody! Welcome. Oh no, I'm not gonna start the show like that. I'm not gonna. I can't. That was too weird. Hold on.
That was very strange.
That was very odd. Okay.
I don't know if you've listened to the show yet, ever, but I intentionally increased...
I think we know that I don't.
Well, I increased the treble on yours, and I increased the bass on mine. So it sounds like
an
interview
I
with
sound
Chow.
like Michael Cera. It sounds like Michael Cera and Luther Vandross are having a podcast.
Yep, and I actually bill it as a conversation with the world's most intelligent 4-year-old. And
you know what? The fact that you called me the world's most intelligent
with the brains of a 10-year-old.
I'll take it. It's fine. I don't even care. Alright everybody, welcome again to the Media Lunch Break, bringing you all of your comic, geek, and movie news all in the time it takes to eat a good sandwich. And fuck it, I'm just gonna move on. My name is Chris Trevo, alongside me always, as always. I'm not even drunk yet.
Yet. The time will come.
Oh man. Alongside me as always is my co-host, Andrew Dunn. Please, for the love of God, say hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Thank you. Jesus. Oh, you know what? I gotta start with this.
What do you gotta start with?
I have a slight correction I need to make from last week's show.
You have a slight erection you have to make?
I have a slight erection, and I've had it since last week's show. So last week, we were talking about Green Lantern Rebirth, and you asked me, is there a term or a name for what comes out of the Green Lantern
Did someone correct you? Or...
Yes. We posted the show, and literally like a day later... I get a call on my phone from Eric Scottalotti, host of the Not Movies podcast.
Our fan, our listener.
And biggest fan of the show, calling me up, and he was irate that I didn't know this term. He was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, you call yourself a Green Lantern fan. You're wearing a Green Lantern shirt on our logo.
It's true. It's a true fact. And well, he also goes... Because he's like you, he's more of a Marvel person.
Yeah.
And when we were in college, I'm the one who got him into DC.
Sure.
Specifically Green Lantern and specifically Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
So he was like, Treble, you're an idiot.
Oh, how the student has become the teacher.
He was like, what are you talking about? So the term is, they're called constructs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're constructs. I had no idea. I really like, and I think he could have insinuated that I told him this.
Listen, you're married. You have other things to think
I got
about.
shit to do, all right?
You had to make space in your head. I get it.
So I need to put that out there just to have some sort of credibility.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up, I think he... Never mind. I'm not confident enough to say that. Whatever. Fuck it. If it's wrong, I'll cut it out.
Yeah.
He retweeted a couple of our tweets, including one about getting more subscribers so that we can send out
for YouTube
for contests. Yeah.
He wants free crap. That's really what it comes down to.
I'm banking on. I'm banking on that people see that
and want free crap.
Right. That they want to get it to exactly 100 and no
people
more.
And then just yeah. Because really, it's in their / your, if you're listening out there in the void. It's in your best interest to get it to exactly 100.
Yep.
Because that's the least amount of people that could get free stuff.
Yep.
Which is the joke's on you, because we haven't figured out how we're giving out free stuff yet.
But we have a lot of it.
But we have a lot of free stuff. So please hurry up. It's getting really crowded in here. We gotta get rid of some of this shit. Because my wife keeps yelling at me because I keep taking it.
That's actually sort of true, but it's my girlfriend who keeps yelling at me. I've got a whole box. I don't know if you know this. There's like a whole box under that table of stuff to give away. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of stuff.
It's both. It's your girlfriend and my wife. Like, she yells
It's the same person. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah. It's, that's the big reveal for this week. We're polygamous. That's the show, everybody. Hey, Andrew, where can they find us?
Just your wife is polygamous, is what it sounds like.
Really? Well, she's yours, too. No, I think it's your girlfriend yells at you to get rid of some of this crap, so you give it to me, at which point my wife yells at me for taking it.
And then you have to give it back.
And then I have to give it back.
It's a weird game of Pong.
It's so weird. All right, should we get to the news?
Yeah.
I got some news. You got some news. We all got news.
We all scream for news.
I got a little bit all over the map this week.
Good.
As always, I got a little DC, I got a little Marvel. The choice is yours. What would you like to start with?
Why do we do this?
Because I love watching you squirm.
This is the only bit that we've kept since the beginning. We've gotten rid of Has Your Wife Listened to the Podcast?
Yeah, but every once in a while we can check back in. The answer is no.
Yeah. We've added Hey Andrew, hey Andrew, hey Andrew, hey Andrew.
I'm very proud of that bit.
Yeah, I get that impression. Fuck it, Marvel?
Too bad! I want to talk about The Matrix.
God.
Rumor has it there's going to be a Matrix reboot coming to Warner Brothers.
Great.
You sound already so excited about it.
I'm so thrilled about this.
Did you, first of all, fan of the original Matrix?
One of them.
The third one, right?
The Matrix, as it was called, was the third movie, right?
No.
Then no.
Okay, great. That's amazing. Apparently there's a Matrix reboot coming to Warner Brothers.
I heard about that. Michael B. Jordan, right?
Michael B. Jordan may be in it.
Man, he is... I mean, no pun intended, but burning up. He's on fire.
I got it. I get what you're saying.
But he's like...
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say something like, that is a slam dunk. Like that was the pun you were going to go with. So Zach Penn is also rumored to be writing the script. Zach Penn...
He's penning the script.
I'm sure you're the first one to ever make that joke to him. I'm sure you really pioneered that one. Zach Penn, he wrote... I have a couple of things that he wrote, but
Is he related to Cal Penn?
I don't think so, but I always think that... No, I'm now looking at this picture, and there is no way he's related to Cal Penn.
It could be.
Oh, here's a picture with him with Cal Penn. Look at that.
Is that true?
No, it's not true at all. He wrote... okay, here we go. I was trying to find... I was like, I
was stalling.
The one thing it said that he had written was X-Men The Last Stand, and I was like, no. I'm not going to allow that to be his only credit I list. Oh boy, some of this... Okay, here's a good one. He wrote the story to X-Men 2.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
He wrote the story to the Avengers.
I see Logan on there somewhere.
No, you saw Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Screenplay and story to X-Men, the official game.
Oh, great.
Wait, hold on. Did he write... No, he didn't. Oh! He wrote the story to Last Action Hero.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Not Movies podcast, by the way.
For taking up our challenge.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna.
Yeah.
So everyone give a listen to that.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'll as soon as it gets posted, the next show that we do.
As a reminder, the challenge is to make a remake of The Last Action Hero starring John Candy, who has been dead for some time. I believe they discussed having a hologram John Candy.
I think that was part of the post on Facebook, which I'm good with. That's fine. We'll allow it. Yeah. We will allow it. Okay. Eric, Sean, and Summer, the three of you, hologram is okay.
For now.
This time. He also did the screenplay for The Incredible Hulk. Not Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. Good one.
Yeah, the good one.
Nice.
And then the story for The Avengers.
Right.
And he's doing the upcoming Ready Player One.
Oh, great. Yeah. Is that... who's directing that? Someone big. Spielberg.
Yes. Yeah. So he's kind of like up and down. He is very much, I think, like a Hollywood screenwriter.
You say he wrote The Last Stand?
He did. Yes, he wrote The Last Stand.
I don't know, man. It wasn't terrible, but it was.
That's what I mean is that he, but he also wrote like Elektra. So he's kind of, but that's what he seems kind of up and down.
Well, it's hard to say too with screenplays because they get rewritten so many times by other people, including the directors and the actors.
But he does have, he has action chops. He has superhero chops.
Yep.
You know, he knows how to write in this genre.
Yeah.
He's had good. He's had bad. Like you said, some of that I would suspect is not so much him. Like Last Stand, I would suspect that's not. So much him. Yeah. The idea of Last Stand is actually really good. And I haven't given it a rewatch in a while. I'm not going to say it's great, but I'm sure there are parts in it that I would go, actually, this isn't so bad. It's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah. I've seen it since I've seen it again since it was in theaters, not
Right.
super recent. But I remember being like, it's fine.
There's some problems with it, but it's not terrible.
Well, yeah, it was the worst thing we'd ever seen until X-Men Wolverine Origins came out.
Exactly. And then by comparison, it's like a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
But he's the right. So I'm good with him. Michael B. Jordan, I love Michael B. Jordan as an actor. I'm questioning that choice. In that world.
He'll be fine. That part was supposed to be played by Will Smith. Did you know that?
I do know that.
But he was busy on Men in Black.
Yes.
And Men in Black, that part was supposed to go to David Schwimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
That part I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I agree. I mean, the hardest part for me is that, look, you want to wait 60 years and reboot the Ocean's 11 franchise? Great.
Yeah.
15 years? Is that how long it's been?
Something like that.
It's like 2000, roughly.
I mean, this is one franchise that I think it lends itself better to an actual sequel than it does a reboot. Because what I'm saying is the idea, like, at the end of that trilogy, the notion that was floated. Spoilers, I guess. You saw my exhaustion of like, fuck, I gotta say this.
For one of the worst movies.
Also a movie, like a trilogy that ended like 10 to 12 years ago.
For the movie we thought would be the Wachowski brothers' worst movie until Speed Racer came out.
Right. But the idea that was floated out there, which I actually enjoyed that idea, is that this is something that's been done over and over again.
Oh, it's on loop.
This premise
They
happened.
hit the reset button.
Right. Yeah. Is the old woman and the Matrix get together and they're talking on a bench and they're like, this is what happened last time and we'll just keep trying.
Did you mean the architect?
The architect.
You said the old woman in the Matrix.
In the Matrix. That's what I legit thought he was. I was like, all right, the architect, whatever. But they were like, this happens. It happens every like 100 years or something where one of the people figure out that it's not, that they're in a Matrix and they rise up and they're the one and they're going to overthrow it, and then at the last minute they don't. And the Matrix lives on. And I was like, this is, they keep wanting to do these sequels to movies that are like, 10 years old, franchises that are 15 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this one actually lends to it. This one actually works to do it.
Yeah.
Because you can have another one and start it all over again.
That's true.
Whereas when they say reboot, I'm like, why reboot it?
Here's why that won't work, though. Because it's going to be a different world. Like, they're going to... Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but it's fine. But again, that's a nice thing about this idea is that, fine, then at some point the Matrix redid itself.
I mean Zion. I mean, when he comes back to the real world, it's going to be different because it's a new movie and they're going to have new effects. And
and that's... Yeah.
I think that's what you're saying, though, is that, like, this should be a sequel / reboot. Where, like, it's the same sort of story, but it's a sequel.
Yeah, you don't have to... It doesn't have to pick up where the other one left off.
Right.
But there can be remnants of it. There can be
when they go to Zion, it should look the same as it did before.
Right.
But the Matrix can be totally different.
Or there can be rumor of something... Even if, like, a key plot point or, like, whatever the MacGuffin is or something is, like, actually something from the first trilogy. And it plays back and it's like, oh, I just figured out we used to do this. This happens over and over again. I'm not the first one to do this.
Will they youthify Hugo Weaving to reprise his role?
No.
Really?
I don't think they would. First of all, I don't think Hugo Weaving will do it.
I think he would.
You think so?
I think they will and he will.
I don't think he would. I think they'd get someone else. I think they'd have some explanation. I don't think they'd youthify him.
I think it would actually be really cool to have him play a really old version of that virus, because that's the point, right? Is that he's a virus and maybe he's locked up somewhere in some like antivirus prison and he's got like gray hair and he's like super crazy.
I'd like to see Agent Smith have turned to the other side.
Oh, sure.
And that he is I can't believe we're just making up a Matrix story right now. But that he's still Agent Smith.
Right.
And he still is a program in the Matrix, but he's kind of like they think that they deleted him, and he is now turned into a virus, and so he's living within the Matrix, hidden somewhere.
When they just quarantined him instead.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that could be good.
'Cause that's a technological term for viruses that you can't delete. You quarantine.
Right, you quarantine them, or that they tried to quarantine and he is hidden away in like a file.
That's basically what quarantining is.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or he quarantined himself, I guess I would say then.
Yeah.
So that they think he's not. They think they deleted him, and he's not.
Yeah. Instead, he's hiding in like a Word document where you'll never look.
Right. Yeah, he's hiding in Windows 95.
Well, I was going to say Internet Explorer.
Right.
He's hiding in Internet Explorer.
That's funny. But yeah, I think that'd actually be interesting. Like if he was the holdout from the old movie, and it's now flipped. Cool. Because there's that rumor that he was supposed to be that he is the one and not Neo all along, and there could be even a mention of that of like, I was supposed to be the one, and I realize that now, but I can't. You know, it's too late for me.
Yeah,
I will now help you be the one. That
he's the Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Can this work in the long run?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
You're like,
never in a million years.
Yeah, you're like, it's fun to theorize, but it's not. In execution, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
You're
never going to make a good version of it.
Again, to get back to my original point, I love Michael B. Jordan as an actor.
Yeah,
I don't like him in this. I don't.
I think, again, I don't think the problem is with the actor that they've chosen. I think the problem is that this is a movie you remake in 100 years, or even like 60 or 70 years when when it calls for it. When this movie is no longer relevant because of how old it is.
Right.
Then you remake it.
That's fair. But I just think, like, Keanu Reeves that is kind of perfect for him.
Keanu Reeves could play this role again right now.
Right, I know. Well, first of all, he looks exactly the same.
That's what I mean. He's still in good enough shape.
But what I'm saying, his range, he does not have the hugest range as an actor.
How dare you?
I know, I'm such a...
You know he listens to this.
Yeah, I know. When he's in the right project, he's great.
Yeah, I still haven't seen John Wick yet.
Yeah, I do too. But when he's not in the right project, he's awful.
Yep.
But this was the right project for him.
I.e., Much Ado About Nothing.
Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch Much Ado About Nothing.
I mean, I always applaud him because he really tries.
That's true.
He
does his best.
Yeah,
he's not phoning it in.
Well, he's like, no, I'm gonna try something crazy new for me.
Acting.
Yeah. But like you said, Will Smith was... I can't believe I'm talking this long about this project. I'm going to move on to something else real quick. But you said Will Smith was... And I remember hearing about that. And thinking about him, like, Will Smith brings too... Oh, God, I'm going to say this phrase. I'm not meaning it as a racist term. He brings too much color to the part. Please cut that phrase. But you know what I mean? He brings too much life to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's a very vibrant actor.
Yeah,
for that movie to work, it has to be a very subtle thing.
And a deadpan type of thing, the way that
Keanu Reeves can
nailed.
only do.
But Michael B. Jordan is also a very vibrant actor.
Yeah.
And you want that in him. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
And this would not fit.
That's true.
Well.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Okay, I want to move on from this. What else you got?
James Gunn has unofficially confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will happen. He has not signed on yet.
He's unofficially confirmed.
Right.
I thought you said, I swear to God, I thought you said he is officially unconfirmed. That's not even a thing. It doesn't make sense, I know.
So he is officially unconfirmed, and
Excellent.
he has not decided whether or not he will be directing the movie, because he said in the next couple of weeks he has to decide what he wants to do for the next 3 years. So he will probably be directing the movie because the success of the first two has and will be so good that he can say, hey, I want to do this other thing first, and then they'll give him the movie back in 3 years.
Yeah. He's like, I have to just decide what I want to do in 3 years. Do I want to direct what I can usually do, like 12 movies, or do I want to just direct this one thing for the next 3 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. First of all, he'll always have the credit of Guardians 1, where he took not a nothing franchise.
I mean, it's kind of a nothing franchise.
But it's kind of a nothing franchise.
Yeah. And certainly unknown.
And that's what I meant by nothing. Like, no known entities.
Well, and the original version of the Guardians of the Galaxy is terrible. And they redid it, and it's still not great.
Yeah, but that's the crew that we know right now. But he will always have the credit, kind of like Favreau does with Iron Man and with really the whole MCU, of like, he started that.
Yeah.
No matter whoever takes it over, he'll always have a little carte blanche because he took Guardians of the Galaxy and made it something. Guardians 2 is gonna be stellar.
Yeah.
I'm 100% confident in that. You might as well give it 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even come out yet. So if he wants to do Guardians 3, if he even has an inkling, Marvel's going to be like, yeah, you want to do it in 5 years? Sure. Just make sure you're there. Make sure it's you. If it's you, as long as it's you, you can take as long as you want.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll fit it in when you're ready to go.
That's what she said.
I know. It's such a...
We brought up Jon Favreau. Do you mind if I double... What? We just did.
Something about the mirror, and that's what she said with Jon Favreau. I'm just like, whoa!
Well, we brought him up, and he actually has... there's a correlation to my next news item.
Go for it.
If you'd like to...
Let's do it. Let's piggyback.
I'll do a double down.
Yeah. Andrew Double Down. Andrew Double Down done.
I really want a double down now from KFC. Do you remember those? Do you know what that is?
Is that the... That's not the bowl.
No,
that's a KFC bowl.
The double down is a chicken sandwich, but instead of bread, it's chicken breast.
Yes.
And bacon and cheese and mustard. And that's it.
Couldn't you just order...
Nope.
You didn't let me finish. Couldn't you just order a bunch of pieces of chicken and make that yourself? Just saying. Like, is it... Because if the chicken is
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying if the chicken is the bread and the meat...
Yes.
Is there really a need to order it as a sandwich? Couldn't you order a bunch of pieces of chicken and put those things...
I'm not following.
...together yourself and just stack pieces of chicken on top
of each other? This is a chicken sandwich.
Yes.
But instead of bread, it's chicken breast.
Right.
I'm not following.
So order 3 chicken breasts.
3? Oh, no, it's not. That's not what's in the middle. In the middle is cheese, bacon, and mustard.
Oh, well then...
So it's a cheese, bacon, and mustard sandwich.
Total idiot.
With chicken instead of
With chicken
bread.
instead of bread. Well, then that's a horse of a different color.
So, no, it's chicken. As far as I know. So, Jon Favreau...
Yes. Loves chicken.
What do you want him to direct more than anything in the world? What is the best thing that you would like to see him direct? Something that he could take and just knock it out of the park. Something that you love, that's amazing already, that you think is great, and he's going to take it and just, like, do magical things with it.
A Star Wars movie.
Well, too bad, because we're getting a Sheldon spinoff from Big Bang Theory.
What?
Yeah. Also, he's a child in it. Sheldon. It's about him as a child.
This is a movie?
This is a TV show. Jon Favreau is going to direct the pilot.
Of a Sheldon spinoff?
Yes.
It's a single camera show? Or it's a 3-camera sitcom?
It's Big Bang Theory. It's a spinoff of Big Bang Theory.
Right, but he's directing a 3-camera sitcom?
I would imagine. I haven't asked them how many cameras they have, but yes.
No, I'm saying like Big Bang Theory runs on that traditional 3 to 4 camera.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Did you think it was going to be shaky cam?
No, I thought well, maybe. No, but I thought like, because he's Jon Favreau, so he's like, a movie director.
Right.
When you said, I was like, well, he must be.
I mean, it could be. They haven't started yet, but I imagine it's going to be like Big Bang Theory. Is that show is terrible?
Is that the show? Listen, I've watched. I don't watch it regularly. It is mindless television where I'm like, there's nothing on. I got to kill half an hour. Big Bang Theory.
I can't even do that.
When I say it's half an hour, like I'm like there's a show I like that gets done at this time, and there's a show I like that starts at this time, and there's a half-hour gap, and it's either this or just aimlessly pressing buttons for a half
I would
hour.
stare at a wall. I can't do it, man.
I usually masturbate that way.
The jokes are so bad. You can masturbate 10 times in that much time. So Jim Parsons will he will do the voiceover for the
sorry, that was the point. Before I got into my masturbation habits, that's my point. Is that Jim Parsons isn't even then in this show?
He's the voice. It's going to be like a How I Met Your Mother type deal with Bob Saget. Is that who does the voice?
He does the voice.
So Jim Parsons is going to be like, I remember growing up as a child, and then it's going to cut to this kid. Basically, is it?
So basically, he's not in the show.
Basically, yeah. It's going to be horrendous. It's going to be real bad. There's no coming out of this. I don't recognize any of the actors' names.
Can we just...
Lane Armitage.
Nope.
Jim Parsons. Chuck Lorre created it, and Stephen Malero.
That's the same guy that created
Okay.
Big Bang Theory. Can we just
Lane Armitage is the kid.
Can we make a solemn oath never to do a Big Bang Theory story this podcast ever again?
Can we make an oath to definitely do it?
Every podcast?
Yep.
Okay, done.
Gotta have Big Bang Theory news from now on.
Excellent. It's gonna get its own segment and want its own theme song.
What do you got?
Okay. So wait, what?
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm reading my notes on which news stories to do, and two of them bled together, and I was like, well, that's not right. So Batman got a new director in Matthew Vaughn.
Right.
It did bleed together. That's not the right person.
Nope.
It's not Matthew Vaughn. It's Matthew Reeves, who is now directing the Batman movie.
Keanu Reeves. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the guy who directed the Planet of the Apes movies.
Right. Which have all of them have been better than the ones before them.
Yes, which is 2.
Yep.
And so far the third one looks better than the last one, so upward climb.
Yep.
It was announced that he's directing it. With that comes
Is he gone already?
No. God, no. No. And I haven't. Sorry.
Man,
okay.
This is a big day for you.
Yeah, it really. No, I just realized there was another story that it just happened like right before we started recording. That kind of feeds into this.
Wowzers.
So he's directing. Matthew Reeves is directing Batman. It just got announced that they're going to redo the script from scratch, so that Ben Affleck, Academy Award-winning screenwriter, written script is gone. This now imminently pushes Batman's release date back. They don't know to what. Again, that script is written by Ben Affleck.
Great.
Ben Affleck.
Who's he?
Won an Oscar for...
What's an Oscar?
Let me just check. Oh, screenwriting.
Not for Batman screenwriting.
This means also that they are definitely going to be pushing back the release date for Batman.
Great. No one really wants... I think this is for the best, because people don't really... They want a Batman movie later rather than sooner.
Yeah. So everyone's... It's win-win-win is really what's happening.
This is great, actually, because if they get Aquaman to push back, then all 3 will be pushed back due to writing.
Funny you should mention that.
Oh, yeah?
So the story that just came through the wires, like right before we started recording, Aquaman's been pushed back.
Great.
Yeah, let me find...
Great news for Warner Brothers. Because who enjoys making money?
So, give me 1 second, because I have the notes on it. Like I said, it just came through.
Is this, first of all, before we do Aquaman, is this good news that it's being rewritten? It's definitely not, right?
It's not bad news in that I think that the project is gonna be much worse.
Right.
I'm just disappointed because we
know that Ben Affleck is a good writer.
Yeah, we know that Ben Affleck can write.
Yeah.
And we know that he can construct a storyline in a way that's not going to feel like it's just going beat by beat by beat by beat, that a lot of comic book movies can fall into that trap.
A lot of DC comic book movies.
A lot of DC movies.
Zack Snyder is very guilty of that.
Yeah. But also, I mean, I love Ant-Man, but it kind of hits
That's
all
true.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is another one, and I love it, but
true.
It hits those beats. And so I bet I trusted that Ben Affleck was going to come up with something kind of original.
Yep. An interesting take on it.
Exactly. Also, we knew that Deathstroke was going to be the villain.
Right.
That could be out the window now. I don't know if that's... I would imagine that it's not. I'm sure that because they have Joe
What's his face?
Smith. Manganiello.
It's Smith.
Yeah.
Joe Smith.
They have Joe Smith as casted as Deathstroke.
Right.
I'm going to assume they're like... Whoever's writing it, they just go, Deathstroke has to be the villain. I don't care what you do. Deathstroke has to be the villain. We've casted this guy. He's under a contract. He's a star. He's in the movie. Make it happen.
That would be really smart, which means it certainly won't happen.
That part I actually think it will, because it's a money thing, not a creative thing. If Warner Brothers is going to fuck this up and accidentally get something right, it's because they did it for their own financial gains, and it just worked out in our favor.
Yeah, but which will they think is going to make them more money? That guy playing Deathstroke who no one's ever heard of? Or, Who's Michael B. Jordan? We'll get Michael B. Jordan.
But what I'm saying is that
put Neo in there.
What I'm saying is
Neo makes money.
That guy, that's true. Especially as Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that guy might already be under a contract.
Oh, that's.
And they're like, we got to pay this guy, whether or not he might have a pay or play contract. And so they might go, no, he's playing. We have him under contract.
I mean, I would assume that it has everything to do with that.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think whoever they're going to... So, it's possible he may no longer be the villain.
Yeah.
But I have a suspicion that he's still going to have to at least be in the movie somehow. Because they're saying, we're paying this guy either way.
Yeah.
Just
he might as well be
make him the... He's got to be the villain. That's our only requirement.
Yeah.
So... On top of that, Aquaman, the only DC movie which we've discussed, was actually on track.
It was somehow untouchable.
Has been touched.
Yeah, in a bad place.
And when it was touched, it got pushed back.
Show me on the dolphin.
So show me on the trident where you were touched. It didn't get pushed back too far. It was supposed to be released October 5th, 2018.
Yep.
It's now December 21st, 2018.
Okay. Jesus.
That was originally the slot for Avatar 2, which has also been inevitably pushed back.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
what is going on in Hollywood?
I don't know. They just can't get their shit together.
Christ.
The thing is, they're trying to build a narrative. This is the thing with all these movies where these movies keep getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Is they're trying to build a narrative throughout these movies.
They're trying to Feige it.
Yeah. And I applaud them for that. But the problem is, at some point your narrative falls away.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman is coming out this year. Justice League is coming out this year. And then you were supposed to have The Flash. I think it was supposed to go Flash, Aquaman, Batman in that order.
Yeah.
Aquaman just got pushed back 2 months.
Yep.
Batman just got pushed back to
TBD.
God knows when.
Yeah.
And so is The Flash.
Yeah.
So at some point your whole narrative just falls apart.
We were worried about the TV show The Flash being like people being confused that it's a different thing. Flash is going to be canceled by the time this movie comes out.
Yeah, you don't even have to. You could essentially by the time the Flash movie comes out, you could make it Grant Gustin because that show's going to be over, and you could just make the movie 6 seasons in a movie type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, but by the time this damn movie comes out, that's really what could happen.
Yeah.
They might. People are like, why don't you just make the TV shows into movies because they're really good? And I understand the argument not to, but the rate these movies keep getting pushed back, I'm like,
well, and also
you might as well.
Yeah, well, and also the
everybody.
critiques of the movies compared to the critiques of the TV shows.
Right.
You've already got gold.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, by the time all of these movies get released, you might as well. You just, like, everything's going to be done. You can bump everything up to a movie franchise and be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that everything keeps getting pushed back. I'm going to piggyback one of mine as well. Is
this your last one? Don't you only have like two?
I got two more after this,
right.
but
I got a lot.
Matthew Vaughn is also rumored to direct Man of Steel 2. Matthew Vaughn directed Kingsman.
Right.
He directed X-Men First Class.
Yeah. I think we just talked about him the last episode.
We did, because we talked about Kingsman and how it's really good and you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I can look up
a little
bit more. So that's at least some good news. That's actually a director.
You say Last Stand?
No, First Class.
First Class. Yeah. Oh, right.
He directed First Class. Oh, yeah. And he directed Kingsman. A couple other things. Hey!
RP.
He directed, so Matthew Vaughn directed X-Men First Class.
Nice.
The Kingsman, and he's directing the sequel. He directed Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah.
And he directed Stardust.
Oh, it's so good.
That is a good movie. And he also directed Layer Cake, which is a Daniel Craig movie that is actually credited for helping Daniel Craig get the part of James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's got, those are, and then he produces a lot of stuff as well. But he, he's got some good credentials on him.
Yeah.
He's actually the first director that seems to be sticking with this project. By sticking with it, it lasted longer than 2 hours. That I actually have confidence in him turning in a good product. Matthew Reeves, I now trust. Matthew Vaughn, I trust. Really, if your name is Matthew and you can direct and you can just turn on a camera, you can direct a DC movie.
Well, Matthew McConaughey's out then.
Yeah, he can't turn on a camera.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. But okay, so the one hope we have going, because we talked a lot about like, at what point do you reboot it?
Yeah.
We talked. I think was it last episode or
we
2 episodes
talked like
ago?
every other episode about
But
it.
there was one where we laid out like how
Yeah.
long we think this is going to go until
Yeah.
it fizzles out. If they start doing if they keep doing what they're doing, which is picking better directors, this may start to pick up.
Yeah, because
You know-
who's a better director than Ben Affleck?
Well, no, but I mean, at least listen. We didn't get Ben Affleck, but like I said, Matthew Reeves,
Yeah.
quality
Good.
director. Matthew Vaughn, quality director. Who's directing Aquaman? James
McAvoy.
quality director. But that's what I mean. If you just slowly like, hey, maybe Zack Snyder doesn't have to be in charge of this whole damn thing, and we get some new blood in here, we could start to pick it up. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll also see maybe Matthew Vaughn is not going to end up doing this. It seems kind of too good to be true.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, it probably is. What else you got?
Have you ever watched Chris Evans play Captain America and thought to yourself, that man should be directing movies?
Only every day of my life.
Then I've got good news for you.
Yeah?
He's done playing Captain America and he's
Yeah.
going to move on to directing.
I have heard this. Yeah, he has a 6-picture deal.
I think it's...
It was 9, and he negotiated down to 6. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's right.
Yeah.
And he told Esquire that that's what he really wants to do is start directing.
He directed one movie already.
What was it?
It's on
was
Netflix.
It any good?
It's not bad actually. It's called
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
The Room.
Room.
No. He starred in that one too.
Oh, that would really make me view Captain America in a whole new light.
Also, it would end in like 4 minutes. He'd just
true.
break out.
He just
He would rip a hole in the wall and just wander
let's
out.
find it. Hold on, I can tell you right now.
Snowpiercer.
No, which
Snower.
I thought he did for. Oh, it's called Before We Go.
I don't know what that is.
It's on Netflix right now, actually. It's a cute little movie. It's not, I mean, it's a great kind of first for a directorial attempt.
Yeah.
Because it's just him and Alice Eve walking around New York City. He plays a musician, and she plays a woman who loses all of her, like, loses her wallet and her keys. She has no way of getting out of New York City, basically.
Oh, sure.
And he's a musician who's playing in Grand Central Terminal and befriends her and is like, no, you know what? Let's find a way. We'll get you some cash. We'll figure out what to do. And slowly you kind of find out details about their lives and separately, and they kind of start to have feelings for each other.
I like the idea that he plays a 6'4", 300-pound musician with
Yeah.
0%
Well,
body fat.
I will say that, I mean, listen, first of all, yeah, he still looks like Captain
Yeah.
America, but just with a beard.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't, the one thing about him is in other movies, he does slim down a lot.
Well, I was gonna
He's
say,
still really fit.
I think he wears a lot of baggy clothes.
Yeah, that
like,
too.
He wears a baggy
He's
pea coat.
never, but if you see like him in Captain America and him in
Yeah.
other movies that
Yeah,
he does,
yeah.
he's a little like
Yeah.
he's toned.
He's always been very cut.
Yeah, he's very cut, but he's more Johnny Storm than he is.
Yeah.
Than
Well,
is
he actually
Steve
talks in this
Rogers.
article that we were talking about with Esquire. He said he just had to start doing the workout for Infinity Wars.
Yeah, and he's like sore. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
so sore right now.
Yeah, it's like a year out or something.
Yeah, I mean, and again, to bring him back around to last week, if he's getting to feel like that,
Yeah.
imagine how Hugh Jackman feels.
Yeah.
You know,
He's got an extra like 20 years on him or
yeah,
something.
something like that.
So he's going to do... It's technically... I think the article got it wrong because it's not Infinity War that's his last movie.
No.
It's the one after
That,
Infinity
it's
War.
it's the next
Yeah.
Avengers.
What was called Infinity War Part 2 that is now an unnamed project.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this is one I don't think is going to be the end. I think he'll go away for a little while.
Yeah.
He's young enough that he can come back. He's
35.
Young. Yeah, he's
It's
young
like our
enough.
age.
Yeah.
Almost.
That just
Yeah,
means-
what have you been doing with your life?
Shut up, yes.
Do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna die at the end of Infinity War?
I think I'm gonna die at the end of Infinity War. I'm so fat.
I have like 50 pounds on you. How dare you?
Can you get them off of me, please?
That was such a bad joke.
I know. I knew you'd enjoy it.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I don't think he will. I think he'll walk away.
That's a failure on Marvel's part.
No, actually, no, I'm a liar. I think he will die.
Yeah.
But I think they'll bring him back.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he'll be comic book dead.
Yeah.
Because like
I think
you
he's
said,
going to sacrifice himself.
He's young enough that he can do it. Give the reins to like Anthony Mackie for a little while, or
Great.
Somebody
Great
else. How
about well, maybe not. I was going to say
what's his name? Whoever plays Bucky, whatever.
Sure. Well, I was going to say even Cheadle, who was Iron Patriot for a little while.
Yeah, but it'll be something like that.
Yeah.
He'll give the reins up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then he'll come back. He'll do his Never Say Never Again type of thing, where that's the Bond movie where Sean Connery came back in the 80s or something.
Well, he comes back at one point as Nomad, a different character in the
Right,
comics.
but that's what I mean. He'll come back. He'll do maybe one, maybe two more Captain America movies later on in life.
Maybe. We'll see.
Hang it up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he'll come back and forth from it.
Yeah, sure.
I bet you that it's going to be him and Downey Jr. I bet they'll both walk away at the same time, and then periodically they'll just show up.
Yeah.
So just
I think that's a good idea to make.
Every 8 years you'll get an Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr.
See, I think it's a great idea to have Steve Rogers sacrifice himself to save everyone in Infinity War, and then have Tony Stark say, "Yeah, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I'm done.
Like I'm taking my ball and going home."
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I watched so many strangers die.
Yeah.
And now I just watch this guy
This man
die.
was my best friend, and then he was my worst enemy, and then he was my best friend again, and then he died.
What am I doing? Yeah. We left it all on the field. There's nothing left. Yeah, I think they'll both leave, and then like I said, you'll have some gap, and then all of a sudden they'll be back for one, maybe two.
Yeah.
And then they'll leave again, and they'll come back for one, and then a cameo for another, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It'll just come in and out, which I think is great. I think it's perfect. I think that's exactly what you want to do.
You got anything else?
I do. I mean, we talked about this off the mic. We could talk about it on the mic if you want. The Samuel L. Jackson thing.
Which one?
The one on the radio show.
We talked a lot about Samuel L. Jackson.
That's true. Let me find it because I think I have video of it and I can show you.
I was going to say which one because I have one as well that's on a radio show.
It might be the same. It might be the same interview.
It might be
different points. Give me a second.
Is it on Hot 97?
Yeah, I think it is actually. I don't have the tape of it. We can edit this part out. Do you want to talk about it or do you want to skip over it?
I don't remember what yours was.
Mine was he was talking about Get Out and how the guy's British.
You can talk about it.
Yeah.
If I need to cut it out, I'll cut it out.
Okay. So I got this. So Samuel L. Jackson was doing a radio interview, and they asked him about the success of Get Out.
Right.
And he made an interesting point. We've talked about race a couple of times on this podcast.
How we hate it.
Yes.
Yeah. All races.
All races, but we hate them equally.
Yep.
And that's why we're not racist.
Yep.
And he was talking. They asked him about it, and he made an interesting point. It's interesting, but I don't know how valid it is, and so I wanted to kind of float it out there. Basically, what he was saying is that the actor in Get Out, what is his name? That's what he said. He said, the actor in Get Out, what is his name?
And the radio host told him.
And they were like...
And he said, cool, thanks.
Great.
And end of story. End of segment.
His name is Daniel Kaluuya?
That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
I think it's the way we say it. I don't think it's the way he says it.
I'm 100% sure I'm saying it incorrectly. Daniel Smith.
Right.
Is British. The actor is British.
Right.
And so the point that he was making, here, I'm just going to read you the quote right here.
Yeah, go for it.
Quote, I tend to wonder what that movie would have been with an American brother. He said brother, not me. Again, this is a direct quote from Samuel L. Jackson. Jesus, this is getting hard. Don't make it.
That's what she said.
God damn it. Quote, I tend to wonder what the movie would have been with an American brother who really feels that. He said about Daniel. Daniel grew up in a country where they've been interracial dating for 100 years, what would a brother from America have made of that role? Some things are universal, but not everything is. End quote. So I guess the question is, at what point does your culture not matter? I mean, Get Out is very much a story about race, but Samuel L. Jackson does have a point in that it very much is a story about race in America.
Yeah.
Does it matter that the guy is British who's starring it?
I would say no, for a couple reasons.
Okay.
One is that he's still, like, you know, you can't be white and play that role, but, like, he's still a person of African descent living in a dominantly white place where there is still racism.
And a dominantly white industry as well.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, all over the world. But even look at, like, I mean, they just had Brexit. Like, they're not clean of racism.
Right.
He gets it. He knows what's up. And also, at some point, you have to draw the line at, like, well, you're acting. Well, you know, where is that line?
Yeah, this is not. It's yeah. I mean, it's not. You're also not the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Samuel L. Jackson. Like, you don't have to be the exact thing that your part is.
This man from England was not ever actually in this weird retreat where he was hypnotized into being a slave or whatever.
Right,
like,
exactly.
that's him pretending to be something.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? I hate to say it. English people tend to be better actors.
They do. Well, it's funny.
I
was listening to a report about this, and the one reporter said, he brought up a good point. He's like, listen, in England, there's, we talk about how there's not a lot of roles for black actors. He's like,
sure,
England's not much better, and in some ways it's kind of worse because every other project takes place in like 1600s.
Yep.
Back in the royal.
Yeah, we still haven't broken that.
There's not really many parts for them.
I don't know why we haven't broken that in film yet. Like, you can watch a Shakespeare play that takes place in the 1500s,
right? But
with all people of color,
right? But
there's no
what
question.
he's saying, like, they do a lot of actual biopics.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. You could see a biopic on stage. It wouldn't matter.
Not on stage, on film.
No, I know. I'm trying to say that, like, I don't know how film hasn't broken that that disconnect yet, because we can watch anything on stage. We can watch a whole family of different races and just they're all and then we're just fine with that. But as soon as we see something like that on film, it's weird and you can't buy it.
Right.
I don't know what that's about yet.
Yeah.
Why they haven't switched that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he's saying in that, I think an American actor would have brought something different to it.
Well, any actor would have brought something different to it.
But that's fair. At a certain point, you're starting to, I mean, and maybe it's a good thing that he feels like this is where we're at, but you're starting to parse hairs.
Yeah.
In that, we're still fighting a fight to get more variety and more color and more diversity, and thank you, because that was not the right word that I said before. Really just putting my foot in my mouth all over this episode. More diversity and more gender equality in these parts. So let's not like nitpick between American and British right now.
Sure.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's fight the broad fight first.
Yeah. And
when we feel a little better about it, then we can get into like, yeah, but he's American or he's British and this is an American part, and
there's also the point as well that, like, what we're talking about is a subjective art. So like, at the end of the day, I mean, it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
If that many people think that this is perfect, or at least good, then it doesn't need another person. Clearly, this is the right person for the job.
Plus, this is very much a story of, and a lot of the reviews of this movie have said this. This is very much a story of not how all white people are racist, how these white people are racist.
Sure.
So it's not really, having an American actor, an American black actor play this part does not necessarily mean they're going to bring anything.
That's true.
Different to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
their experience.
Yeah, no, it's a closed environment.
Exactly.
So this character could have been English,
right?
And it would have made no
difference.
And
it would have made no difference whatsoever. Yeah. So I think the point we're trying to say, shut up, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and on that note, and he should shut up, definitely, he may have spoiled something having to do with maybe Infinity Wars or perhaps a future Captain America movie.
Right.
So he was on a radio station that may have been the same radio station.
I'm going to bet you it's the same. First of all, let's be honest. How many radio interviews is Samuel L. Jackson going to do?
Probably like 10 a day. What else is he doing?
True.
So he was on Hot
I
90...
think he talks so long that he could only fit one into his schedule.
No, loudly. He talks loudly.
You know what I think
He was on Hot 97, and he hinted...
Please don't do this.
All right.
Please don't.
That's fine.
Oh, man, that was... Oh. You know what I think it is? He does 10, but they all do it simultaneously.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's just 10 mics, and... Yep, I made this motion. You can't see what this motion is, but it
definitely
really
looks like
dirty.
he's holding 2 microphones in front of his face and shaking them.
Yeah. Do take what you think it would look like to take 2 microphones and shake them in front of your face, and then realize what that actually looks like, and you'll understand what I just did. I think they have 10 mics, and it's just one guy, and he just asks him a bunch of questions, and Samuel L. Jackson doesn't even listen to the question. He just spouts out whatever first answer he comes up with, and then all 10 reviews get to go, well, we'll just take answers 3, 5, 6, and 8.
Yeah. Well, I think after he leaves, they re-record themselves asking the questions he answered. So, on Hot 97, the actor hinted that Nick Fury might be trying to figure out what the villain from the original Captain America movie is up to. This is his direct quote, and sadly, he was cut off. I'm not in Black Panther. You don't see me in Civil War. I'm still out there trying to figure out what, the Skull is going to, and he gets cut off.
What? Who cut him off?
The radio host.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's
But that's all he says about it, basically. Well, I think he
was like, can you go back to talking about Get Out for a little while?
What do you think he's talking about? Is it the Red Skull?
I think he's talking about Hydra, and he doesn't know the term for
I think
Hydra.
you're right. I think you're right. Because there's a skull on the Hydra logo.
Yeah, the skull. I think he's just talking about Hydra.
I think you're right.
I don't think he's talking about Red Skull.
So this is nothing.
That'd be interesting.
It would be, right?
If he was... I mean, listen. There's a potential movie idea in that where Nick Fury goes on his kind of flipped Captain America hunt. Like the way that they found Captain America in the ice. That he goes looking for the body of the Red Skull, thinking that's
the idea, or that he's been thawed out,
right? And that there's potential power to that,
right?
That's a great idea. Is that what Samuel L. Jackson is talking about? No,
definitely
not at all. I'm not even sure Samuel L. Jackson knows what he's talking about.
Probably not.
I think he sometimes just talks about plots to movies that he thinks he's in.
Yeah.
Or he just assumes he's going to be in that haven't even been written or conceived of yet.
Yep.
And he just kind of spouts it out, and he's like, yeah, so since I said it out loud, somebody will just go ahead and make that. And the sad part is, that's true. Somebody will just go out and make that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, in like 3 months, we're going to be doing a story about how Nick Fury is going to have his own movie, and it's going to be him hunting for the Red Skull, all because on Hot 99 or Hot 100 or Hot Lips 2000, whatever the fuck this radio station is, he just spouted some bullshit off about him hunting for the skull. Nobody knew what it was, and everyone at Marvel went, the fuck is he... Alright, somebody write a Skull movie. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Just get on it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how Samuel L. Jackson operates.
This agitated you so much.
I don't understand how one man can wield so much power. I don't understand.
Talking about the Red Skull, right?
Yeah, sure. He just spouts shit off all the time. It's kind of entertaining, but it's amazing.
Well, he's an old man.
He just spouts it off, and it just backs. And then it's not that he can back it up; it's that the world backs him up for it.
Yep.
They're just like, yeah, whatever he said, it's true. Sure, it's gonna happen.
I like that this is an actor who has not been in a Marvel movie for like 6 movies.
Yeah, he gets really pissed that he's not in Black Panther.
Yeah,
he gets
that's what
really pissed.
That's what they were talking about.
Yeah,
because he said, "Are you in Black Panther?" And he said, "Well, no, I never was because that was in the South and I was living in New York." And he was like, "Right, wait, no, I mean the movie."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did he even flinch at that question?
No. There was a pause. He had to think about it.
Yeah, because he had to remember.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like, the fuck are you talking about?
He was like, nah, I wasn't in that.
This is what I mean. I think he just gets asked so many random ass questions every day that he just spouts off whatever. He doesn't even notice.
I think you're right.
I don't even think he knows he's in interviews anymore.
Okay, so do you...
Mike, it makes no difference.
Do you want to do...
He's like, he answers a question like that. And the guy's like, sir, so do you want me to read you the specials or not? What do you want from me?
I actually have a great story about Samuel L. Jackson, who a friend of mine works in a restaurant, and hopefully he's listening because I think he has listened to this podcast at least. So hopefully he'll tell me if I get the story wrong. We worked in this restaurant, and I guess Samuel L. Jackson came in with a big group of people. They walked in, and I believe a friend of his turned to him and said, "Oh no, I've been to this place. The eggs at the place down the street are way better," and then they immediately left.
That's awesome. That's amazing. He just walked in, heard the eggs went back good and left.
Yep.
I think what's amazing about that is, like, at no point did anybody go, is there anything else on the menu?
Yeah.
Like,
Did they do anything well?
No, Samuel L. Jackson was like, I need some eggs. Let's go.
Wait, though. Are they quality eggs?
Are they quality? Oh, no. Samuel, you don't want these eggs. The eggs down the street, they're much better. Fuck. How much better can an egg be? It's eggs. There's literally one ingredient. Listen, I know you can fuck up an egg. Believe me, I've done it myself several occasions. I almost did it this morning. But my point is this: how much better can one egg be from another? Like, it's one ingredient. You crack it open and you put it on the pan and you take a little fork and you wiggle it around a little bit. It goes scrambling all over the place. You cook it for a little bit and you throw it on a plate. Put on some fried potatoes. Throw on some ketchup if you're a douchebag, and then fucking put in your mouth. Like, how hard is that?
I can't get
What difference does it make?
There's one ingredient.
It's one ingredient. And so when you're like, the eggs down the street are so much better.
That's going to kill me,
I don't know what that means.
That's the funniest joke we've ever had on the show.
It's one ingredient.
Including the O.J. Simpson joke you told.
That's easily one of the best jokes I've ever said in my life.
This is amazing. Give ourselves a pat on the back for that one. All right, so do you want to talk about trailers?
Yeah. All right.
I got one more. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about trailers, or I have one more big piece of news?
Yeah, let's do it. We can do it all, and then because there's a bunch of stuff we can cut out of this and everything.
So what do you want?
Give me the news.
All right. So what is the leading source of electronic entertainment among young men? What do you think it is, Chris?
Porn.
That's what you would think.
Yeah.
But it's actually Zelda Breath of the Wild, because YouPorn noticed that when the Switch came out, their sales and streaming dropped 15%.
Really?
Yes. Because people aren't masturbating, they're playing Zelda.
Or they're masturbating to Zelda.
Well, they did also mention... I'm going to laugh while saying this, and this is absolutely true. They mentioned that searches that included the phrases Link and Zelda, who are characters from Zelda, were up 100%.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't know if that's sad or good.
That is 100% magic.
I can't... There's... Part of me is like... Good on you. You're going to some more wholesome entertainment. But part of me is like... I mean, part of me is saddened by this because I'm like, at least with porn, you're watching actual people.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, part of me is like, those are make-believe people. Those are not real people.
No, that's a good point.
They're computer constructs. At least when you were watching porn... There was some level of, like, person, real people things.
That's true.
And so that's why part of me kind of makes it, I'm like, this is kind of sad.
Wow, way to take it to a dark place.
I know, right?
This is supposed to be a funny news story.
You didn't think I was going to take it there.
That's what she said.
And you turned it back around. Way to go.
Thank you. I try my hardest. Do you want to talk about trailers?
Just for the love of God. All right, I have 3 trailers. You have like 10 trailers?
I have 4.
You have 4 trailers.
And 3 of them are yours.
Yeah. So
I have 1.
Okay, so why don't we do this? We'll trade off. You give me a trailer, I'll give you a trailer. We'll do that.
All right.
Okay? You go first since you have more.
Baby Driver.
Yes!
This is a movie that if it was directed by literally anyone else, I would instantly ignore it.
It would be terrible.
Yeah.
It would be so mundane. It would be so run-of-the-mill.
It looks so good.
Badass. Edgar Wright's new movie, in their hands, you're right, in the hands of a lesser person, and by lesser person, I mean...
Basically anyone else.
Everyone.
This is...
It would be terrible. Not even terrible, but it would just be run-of-the-mill.
This looks so character-driven.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see
because
that.
it seems like one of those plots that's very simple.
Yeah.
We do this, we go here,
Yep.
and people are after us, and that's it.
Yep.
We got to get from here to here. And so anybody else would be like, well, how hard is that? We're going to tell a story of characters going from here to here. Whereas Edgar Wright is going to color it in with so many nuanced things, so many awesome little characters.
Yep.
So many things that just make it pop.
And man, he's so good at the quick shots, and
Yeah.
the thing
The
about
cast looks amazing.
the cast looks great. The thing about Edgar Wright the thing that makes him and makes him such a quality director is that he is able fluently
Right.
to make scenes as succinct as possible,
Right.
which allows him to put in as much plot as possible.
Yes.
It never feels like filler. It's always adding to the story.
Yeah. It always builds on itself. It always
Yeah.
builds to something.
He puts a 3-movie franchise into a single movie.
Right.
With one arc.
Yeah. And the little things that you think are just there for
Fluff.
my words, yeah, thank you, turn out to really actually build up to
There's
something.
always a payoff.
Yeah. Like there is Hot Fuzz.
Sure.
There's always the funny conversations of like, well, did you ever do this when you were a cop? Did you ever dive through the air fire engine gun?
yeah.
All the little things from the movies. And he's like, no. What's great about the movie is like, you think that's just the joke in the moment, but all those things pay off.
Yeah.
It all builds up. Like they all end up doing everything that person said.
Or Shaun of the Dead has a great rule of threes with,
Right.
like, you've got red on you.
Right.
I think it's said 3 times.
Yeah.
First with an ink pen.
Yeah.
And then later with blood.
Yeah. And he builds into these things.
Yeah.
Things that could be, you think are throwaway, but really just meld into the fabric of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for it.
Me too.
Yeah, it looks so good.
They could literally have just been a 2-minute-long black screen with the words Edgar Wright's new movie, and I'd be like, yeah, can't wait for that.
Coco?
Yeah.
The new Pixar movie?
They got to cut that shit out, man.
What?
They're constantly the one to beat. Like,
Yeah.
they got to cut it out. Like,
Yeah,
they're
it's
too
really-
good.
it's really
Every
good.
movie looks like a home run and is.
Yeah, it looks really good. And kudos to them for, I mean, Disney, especially in the last, 6 to 8 years, has really done an amazing job of taking their brand and really molding it to be a change maker as
Yeah.
opposed to something that
Fits in.
yeah, and even something that was a bad stereotype, and now they've made it into a good stereotype.
Sure.
Where, like, the last few movies with Moana and Brave and Frozen, they're all about Disney princesses.
Right.
But it's no longer about a Disney princess being saved by a prince.
Right.
It's now, and so I love the fact that what's different about this movie is now they're embracing a whole culture
Right.
that they have not really touched before, and
Yeah.
and they've started to really do that with their movies where they're
Yep.
like, we're gonna branch out into this thing, and Coco does the same thing.
Yes.
It's a boy this time, which is actually kind of for them a nice change of pace.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a
it's
good
kind-
thing to be able to say about a company.
Yeah, it is. But also I like the idea of, and I'm just having this thought now, so it's just kind of for me. We get a lot of movies for boys, yes, but all of them are, especially as of late, they're heroes. They're superheroes.
Sure.
They're muscles, they're fights, they're things like that. It's great to have a movie for little boys that is about heart. It's about the kid loves music.
Yeah, it can be about strength and passion.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is something that we also badly need. I think it's a topic that has not even really been touched.
Yeah.
Because we're so focused, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but
Yeah.
we're so focused on the female aspect
Sure.
in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I think
Yeah, I think it's a long time coming.
It's a long time coming. But at the same time, I think there is something to be said. Boys are going to go out and in some ways have the same image issues that a lot of girls have. If you
We're talking about young people.
young people.
Not that like women are taking over Hollywood right
Yeah,
now.
no. I'm talking about.
I wanted to clarify that. Yeah, that's true. When there are stories about young people, they tend to be women right now.
They tend to be women.
Which
and
is,
again,
it's fine.
I'm not saying that that's
Yeah.
a bad thing. I think that's a great thing because you need that.
Yeah.
But also, I don't, it's good to have
And
a
that's
story about a
probably
little boy that isn't about,
yeah.
I need to fight this person
Right.
with punches.
And it's probably due to, in no small part, Inside Out, which was a fantastic turn at its time.
wrecked
You know,
me.
Sadness was supposed to be a boy. They changed it at the last second.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah,
that
it's
movie,
fantastic.
Oh my god.
And it's basically all female cast.
It is. It
for,
really
for
is.
the leads.
Yeah, with the exception of like Lewis Black and Bill Hader.
They're not even really leads,
No.
They stay in the back.
Man, that movie
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I'm excited for Coco. I'm really excited for them to continue their trend of exploring new
cultures.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. You want to get? Actually, let me get the next one, and then you'll finish up with whatever one you don't.
Yeah, right, sure. Yours is probably going to be bigger than mine.
Probably.
That's what she said. That's what he said.
That's what we all say. That's what everyone has ever told me, and they'd all be right. Wonder Woman.
Yep, it happened.
It happened. How we feeling? Getting closer.
Feeling, I'll be honest,
Okay.
trailer's making me feel a little worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How so?
It's looking more like a run-of-the-mill superhero movie.
Yeah.
And also, some of those special effects look pretty bad. And we're real close.
Fair.
Like the lasso
Doesn't look great.
looks pretty bad.
Looks like a whip.
Yes.
Yeah.
It also looks
Doesn't look
like,
like a lasso.
it looks like a Disney employee in the 1950s.
Oh, where they animate like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people made hay about the special effects. I didn't bump on it as much as other people did. I think I was watching more for like plot and character.
Yeah.
The trailer didn't make me feel worse. Didn't make me feel better.
Yeah.
It kind of kept me at that cautious, like this whole time I've been at this cautious hopefulness.
Yeah.
And it kept me there.
It
Sustained it.
A lot of the humor we've seen in the trailers as well doesn't land for me. It doesn't stick.
Some of it lands for me, but not all of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You said it looks like it's going to be a run-of-the-mill comic book movie, and I'll say this. For DC, I just pray to God they make a run-of-the-mill comic book movie.
Here's what they need to do with this movie. They need to make the plot as simple as possible.
Right.
And have it end with 45 minutes of that crazy fight stuff we see.
Yeah.
Where she's like in slow motion, just like
Yeah.
blocking
I
bullets with her
think that will
bangles
happen.
and stuff.
I think the fighting in this will be tremendous.
I agree, yeah.
I think Chris
But-
Pine's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think he'll be good. But I worry that the plot looks kind of convoluted. Maybe not convoluted.
Right.
Extremely articulate.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
It looks
Yeah.
complicated.
Yep.
And DC should not do a complicated movie right
Yeah.
now.
No, I agree with you there. Especially if they're if it's a World War I movie that
Right.
they're trying to lay legwork to get into Justice League in the
Yeah.
modern. I don't know what the fuck. But like I said, I actually pray to God, and this is sad to say, I pray to God that this is an average comic book movie.
Just make a Marvel movie.
Yeah, and not even one of the good ones.
Yeah,
like make
that's
me an
fine.
Iron Man 2.
Yep.
Make me. I love Ant Man, but it is very
Yeah, it's one of the worst ones.
Make me an Ant Man.
Yeah.
That's really all I care about. Like if you give me an average origin story, this the type of movie I've seen 1,000 times, and I know exactly where the plot's going.
Yeah.
And then it goes there. With this movie, I swear to you, I will be happy.
By the way, you sounded like you were at a Marvel-themed bar ordering a drink. Make me an Ant-Man.
Make me an Ant Man. That's not what kind of liquor would be in an Ant Man?
Probably have honey. Maybe a hot toddy.
Ooh.
I mean,
I
those
like
are
it.
those are bees, but it's insects, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Ants like honey.
Who doesn't like honey?
I don't like honey.
You're an idiot.
Do you know who Jake Johnson is? You ever seen The New Girl?
Yeah. Yes. I know exactly who.
He's
Jake
the guy who
Johnson
looks
is.
like me when I shave.
Jurassic World.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's going to be in a new Netflix original movie called Win It All. And it's also got Keegan-Michael Key in it.
Yes.
And it looks very interesting. You should check out the trailer if you get a chance. So it's about he's a man with a gambling addiction.
Ooh.
And he's a notorious loser. He has never won a game in his life. Never won anything at a casino.
Right.
A friend of his is going to jail for something real heinous, and he says, "I need a favor from you. Just take this duffel bag, hang on to it. I'll be out in 2 months. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get out real quick. Just don't look in the bag, whatever you do. And, of course, Jake Johnson's character struggles with this for a long time. Eventually, he opens the bag because he can't take it anymore, and it's just full of money. I think $500,000 is what he sees. So what does he do? He decides he's just going to take a little bit, $50, and he'll just gamble that, and it'll be fine, and he'll be able to pay it back. It'll be. Don't worry about it.
Right.
He gambles everything and loses everything, and
all 500,000.
Yes. And he meets a woman while he's doing it. They hit it off. He falls in love with her, and the entire time that he is falling in love with this woman and celebrating and having a great time with her, there's this impending doom about this dude getting out of prison. And eventually he gets a phone call and he says, "Hey, I'm going to be out in 2 months."
Oh no.
And that's where we leave off.
Oh no.
So I'm excited.
That sounds really good. I
out.
like. I mean, you only mentioned 2 members of the cast.
Yeah, they're both
great. I like both of those people.
Yep.
I don't even care who else is in the cast.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta look up that trailer. That's the one I didn't see. And that's
Win
the one
all.
I gotta see.
Yep.
Win It All?
Yep.
All right, I'll look it up. That's about it for us.
We did yet another thing.
I'm shocked every time we do it.
I know. I don't know how I move. I switch apartments every single time, and you somehow manage to find me.
I really do. I don't know from whence we find the willpower to do this thing.
What?
And do a thing and make a thing.
Is that from the Bible?
Yeah, it's in like the middle.
All right.
But we did a thing.
Hallelujah.
That's gonna be it for us.
Well, I'm gonna shut it off now.
All right. Oh, hey Andrew.
What?
Andrew.
What's that?
Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew.
Uh-huh.
Andrew.
What?
Where can they find us?
Well, they can find us on Twitter.
You really couldn't remember for a second.
I don't.
could see
we only have 9. I can't remember.
Yeah. Twitter.
You can find us on Twitter at Media Lunch Break. You can also find us on Facebook.
Yes.
You can search for us there. Give us a like. You can also follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
You can also subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep.
Because we're going to start giving away free stuff once we hit 100 subscribers.
Get to 100 subscribers.
I'm trying to
Get
Twitter
your friends.
blast. Yeah, I'm trying to Twitter blast to get people to join. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud. We're on all 3 of those. Give us a rating if you like us. If you don't like us, then just kindly...
Fuck off.
I was going to say just quietly leave.
I say fuck off.
All right. You can also send us an email at themedialunchbreak@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, which is www.themedialunchbreak.com.
What does WWW stand for, I wonder?
I believe it is Willy Wets His Wigs.
Huh.
There's an H in there too. I don't know why it's not WWHW, but
Huh. Interesting. Anyway, go on.
if you like jokes like that, and you probably don't, you can give us a couple bucks at patreon.com. And we're patreon.com/themedialunchbreak. If you feel like giving us money, if you don't, that's fine.
But give us money.
If you do,
you
please
cheap
act on that
sons
impulse.
of bitches.
Okay. Listen, you can put money into that too, Chris. You can go on Patreon, make an account, and give yourself money.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, actually, they take a cut, so it would just be losing money.
I
You would just be donating. You'd be donating to Patreon. That's what would
I
happen.
wonder if Patreon has a Patreon.
That's genius.
Right?
If there isn't, I'm gonna make one.
We should.
We are the smartest people on the planet.
This is what I'm saying.
I've never heard you say that.
I said it to myself a lot.
That's fine.
But you can be included in this.
Someone told me yesterday, they saw me working with my backpack, which has like a drawstring and a bunch of pockets and stuff.
Right.
I was taking a scarf out and gloves, and this friend of mine said, "You know what I love about you? You are so tactically cool." And I said, "Tactically cool? That's a great thing for what kids in middle school used to call gay." And shoved me into lockers.
Man. Shoved me into lockers. But look at you now.
I know.
You podcast to a whole 4 people.
I know. And we've got more subscribers. Last time I checked, we had 11. But I think it's gone up since then.
That's good.
I know.
I don't know 11 people.
Are you
means
subscribed?
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
No, I really am. I'm one of the 100.
You will be.
I will be. I will be one of the 100. When we get to 99... No, when we get to 100... I'm gonna unsubscribe until it's back
ruin
down
it for
to 900.
everyone.
Back
You're
to
gonna
9,
ruin it
dick
for
with people.
everybody.
Yeah. Are you subscribed on YouTube?
No.
You suck. You cocksucker.
Chris, this has been an hour and a half, and if you don't let me go eat soon, I'm just going to start eating your hand.
All right, bye, everybody. This is so petering out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, most of this is going to get cut out.
Amazing.
I think the post-credit scene for this is going to be my story about being called gay in school.
That's good. That's what you want to end on.
I do.
End on a strong note.